I've been trying to buy a GT4 car for months. I found multiple online, but this one seemed to be the right one. I felt like everything was going my way. I bought it, drove halfway across the country, and then someone tried to steal it. It's one heck of a story. Let me go back to the beginning and explain. Well, guys, wish me luck. There's 30 seconds before live bidding. We'll see. Hopefully my bid is high enough. I feel like this is a really good deal. We'll find out. GT4s go for, 100 grand used. I think 40 grand for one that's been totaled. It's a pretty good deal. We got 90 seconds left, boys. 90 seconds. Well, here we go, boys. Got to wait a couple minutes to make sure that I won or lost, but I'll check back in a few. Woo-hoo! Yeah, buddy. Your boy is now a proud owner of a 2016 Cayman GT4. Now I just have to drive halfway across the country to go pick it up.
I've been eyeing up this car on Cars4.bid for months, just waiting for it to go to auction, and then it suddenly did, and the bidding process started. The car hardly looks crashed at all in the photos. It honestly just looks like someone pulled off the rear bumper and the front bumper. And these GT4s go for about an average of $100,000 used, so anything under 50 or around 50 I think would be a steal on this car, especially since it runs and drives, and it's being sold by insurance. I learned my lesson on the G80. The Carfax shows 3 previous owners, it has some service history, and it even lists the damage as minor to moderate from the crash. These are all good signs. But now I've got to pack up the truck, the trailer, get everything prepped, and start the long drive.
You guys should be happy to know I have the correct hitch now and not as much of a drop, so it should have the trailer more level. And I also got a locking key, so no one can steal this, or at least it's going to be harder for someone to steal it.
Keep this in mind for later in the video. And this is another locking pin here, so I have the hitch locked to the truck and the trailer locked to the hitch.
There's a certain spot I got to put this in so the trailer's level with the ground, or at least close. Yeah, that's darn near perfectly flat. Let's see if I can get this out on the first try, because it needs a new battery, which I keep neglecting. Stupid me. This thing's still holding up great, totally waterproof. Solar's working perfect. So happy with this thing. I'm just gonna get rid of some of this extra junk.
I had a huge list of things I had to get done before I could go pick up the GT4. A lot of that involved prepping the truck and trailer. All the tires needed checked on the truck and the trailer, especially the trailer, because if you don't check them, that's a lot of times how you get blowouts. Then I also gave the trailer a quick wash because it's been collecting grime for a year. And then a quick blowout of the interior. I don't want to be getting the new car dirty.
All right, I think we are all good to go in here.
And everything was prepped and ready to go to leave at 3 a.m. sharp the next day.
As you guys probably know, this is my daily driver. I drive this more than any other car, mainly because it's the most reliable and it has the most room for all sorts of activities. And during my whole time driving it, I've been using 3W liners, and they're just so easy to clean, and they keep the whole carpets clean. It's excellent having. What's so nice is you pull them out, you frickin' pressure wash them, and you're done. Couldn't be any easier. No vacuuming, no nonsense, just clean carpets. When you're done cleaning, they plop right back in for a perfect form fit. And honestly, I think my favorite part about these is the fact that it comes with a liner for the trunk, and it covers the entire trunk, form fit perfectly. You can tell my trunk gets a little dirty, but this protects it. Not every set of liners that you get from other brands will have this. If your car doesn't have any floor mats, or it has the factory carpet floor mats that we all know get dirty and disgusting and nasty, check out 3W, because they make high quality mats for MPVs, SUVs, and trucks. And obviously a BMW G80 M3. And 3W is having a sale from September 9th to September 30th. If you order through the link below, you can get up to 35% off.
And also up to $50 off on Amazon.
And if you register on the 3W website, you can claim an extra surprise gift. But don't miss out, because this is a limited time offer for sure.
It's 3:30 in the morning. Time to hit the road. I'm trying to leave my neighborhood relatively quickly because, well, my truck's not exactly quiet. It was about a 10-hour drive to Madisonville, and none of it went smoothly. There was rain, hail, and then Copart was delayed, so I actually had to spend an extra night, and I couldn't get the car till the next morning. I think I see it. I was hoping since the car runs and drives, they wouldn't use the forklift to bring it out like they did, but of course they did, which is very, very cringeworthy. I absolutely hate it, but they gotta do what they gotta do. Now it's time to take the first look at the car and see if it actually does run and drive, because it's gonna make it a lot easier to get into the trailer if it does.
Well, let's see what it sounds like.
And the car fired right up. I didn't even need a jump pack. There weren't any lights on the dash other than low tire pressure, so everything was looking really good. And now I got my first look at the car, and I can honestly say in person it might even look better than it did in the online auction photos. These guys here were picking up a clean Cummins, and we got to talking, and turns out he found me on YouTube.
You're famous, man.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, right. You got 150,000 subscribers.
Everything had been going nearly perfectly and exactly to plan until I came out to the truck the next morning.
Dude, it was locked. At least they didn't take the camera.
I came outside to find someone had broken into my truck.
I mean, I didn't really have anything in here. Problem is, they took the Porsche key. God damn. What the
It was 8 in the morning. We had a 12-hour drive in front of us. I just wanted to get home. And after a lot of rain, a lot of diesel fuel, a lot of P-stops, and a lot of swearing in my truck because I was angry the whole way home, we made it back. And the Porsche, the truck, and the trailer were all in good condition.
So here's what actually happened. I couldn't talk about it much in the moment because I was just furious. I was just infuriated by the entire situation and people in the world. So I picked up the car, put it in the trailer, and then we drove to Nashville and looked at another Copart, another car, and another Copart, and then stayed in a nice hotel outside of Nashville. Like, it was not downtown. It had a huge parking lot. I've actually stayed there before. It's very nice. I thought there'd be no nonsense there. And I kind of parked far away from other vehicles and stuff just because it's a truck and trailer. It takes up a lot of room. And what I did, I pulled the Cayman into the trailer, put the windows down, thankfully, put the electronic parking brake on, locked the car, and then padlocked the entire trailer, left the truck hooked up to it. I took the key from the Cayman and put it in the truck. And my reasoning behind that was, if someone's gonna break into the trailer, they won't have the key to steal the car. And if someone breaks into the truck, they'll have the key, but they won't be able to get the car because the car will be in the trailer. I thought there was 0% chance of any of that happening, but still, I'm glad I bought all the locks I did because nothing was stolen other than the key. So we came out in the morning and Steve gets to my truck before me and he goes, Matt, what's under your truck? And I thought he was messing with me or saying there was a leak or something. And I look underneath my truck and my jump pack is laying there. I was like, yeah, I probably just knocked it out when I was getting my luggage or something. And then I opened the door and my heart sank. As soon as I opened the door, top glove box open, bottom glove box open, center console open, papers and stuff scattered everywhere throughout the interior, and I knew exactly what happened. Someone got in my truck and was rooting through it, trying to find something of value. I had some things of value in there. I had this camera, which is worth money to sell used on eBay, probably get like 500 bucks for it. They left it there. I had the jump packs, I had the little air compressor, I had some tools. None of that was taken. So I was like, okay, it's all good. Everything's fine. I had brought my laptop into the hotel to do some editing, thankfully, because that would have been gone. That's an expensive Mac. None of that was gone. And then I'm like, oh no. I realized that zip tie outside of the truck. And that zip tie is what Copart always uses to attach keys to the steering column of the car. And I was able to get the entire zip lock around the steering wheel with the key still attached, and I put that in the center console of my truck. Well, that zip tie was laying outside. The key was no longer attached. So right then I knew they stole the Porsche key. And then I immediately went all around the trailer because I was thinking they very well could have broken in the trailer and stole the entire car. It runs and drives. But thankfully, all the padlocks were still in place. Nothing was missing from the trailer, but still. This happened at the Nashville Airport Hotel. If any of you guys have any information that would lead to who did this, I'll give a $1,000 reward because I want to know who stole us. I mean, I'm gonna have to spend money to get new Porsche keys anyway, but if I could find out who did this, it would bring me a lot of joy. So basically, we just ended up driving home. I was really mad for a long time. I mean, I'm still mad now, but you got to move on. It is what it is, and I'm still 99% sure I locked my truck. I always lock everything. Even at my house, even in the garage sometimes. But thankfully the key was the only thing of value really in that truck that they took. I also didn't notice this until I got back. You see that? And it's just on this lock, not the other one. Somebody had been prying on that. Not this one, just the one. So I'm guessing they probably got spooked by something and took off, but they were trying to get in there. But that being said, all my insurance information and all that has my full name, my full address. So technically, if these thieves are smart or they're operating some kind of ring throughout the country, they know where I live, they know where this Porsche is going, they could technically come here and steal it. If they try to do that, I don't think it's gonna work out too well for them. Sucks I can't unload a car for obvious reasons. You see, one of the problems is, now I can't even work on the car because it's stuck in the trailer. And you know what I did before I, put it in the trailer and locked it all up? I put on the e-brake. So there's almost no way for me to get it out of the trailer without a key. I also parked it like this in case somebody came back to try to steal it, because good luck. This is like a little cliff here. No way. But off to the dealership we go. So now the dealership is either gonna have to work on it in the trailer, or they're gonna have to find a way to get it out of the trailer, which sucks because that just equals more money that Matt's gonna have to pay. All because someone just had to steal the one key that came with the car, which is completely and utterly worthless to whoever stole it, unless they're coming back to try to steal the car. And to be fair, whoever did has my full name and address.
This is certainly going to be a unique scenario for the Porsche dealership because they're going to have to work on the car in the trailer unless they try to force maneuver it out somehow because the electronic parking brake's on, and that won't turn off without a key.
Luckily for me, I thought, hey, why don't I put the windows down? So that makes it easier, and it makes it easier that this is also unlocked so they can get in there. Parking brake's on, so there's no way I can get this thing out easily. But hopefully they have enough room to get in and out over there. I'm so glad I bought 3 of these. Now we just wait for them to get it done, hopefully without any problems. I'm not like super confident that this is gonna work without any issues or hassles or me having to come back or something like that, or some huge bill. This car has already been a huge freaking pain. Guys, I'm actually shocked. It's an hour later, and the car's already done. And apparently it all worked. Going to pick it up now. Not to say I don't trust the dealer, but I do want to go see if this works, because they said they didn't try to start it because it was in the trailer. So I'll at least turn the ignition on and see what happens. Yep, lock and unlock definitely work. So that's good. Now let's throw this in there. Hey! Okay. Cool. That looks perfect. Like a total of, you know, $1,400-ish later, I can now drive this car. Sort of. Oh boy. That's tight. These keys are actually like really, really nice. I wish my 997 had keys like this. But anyway, yeah, so the total for the programming is $199.95 plus tax, so that's $212. And the keys themselves to get two, technically I didn't need two, but it's better to have two with the car for resale and whatnot. $1,137. Call it $1,350 because some freaking asshole decided to steal my key. I mean, even if I bought one extra key, it would have been half that cost. So, thanks, criminal. There's no front bumper, which helps. Nice wiggling. Well, it started once. Let's see if it starts again. Dude, okay, here we go.
Whoa, dude.
Ooh.
Looks like them big boys are at it again.
Heck yeah. A little bit of an exhaust leak, I'd say. Well, the key works, so that's excellent. Oh, you want to sit in it, Donald? Check it out.
That thing just clunks into gear like it's an 18-speed Eaton on a Peterbilt.
This driver's side window switch is broken. I gotta figure out if I can actually get it to go up. Ah, there we go.
One of the first steps with an auction car is definitely to clean it, because sometimes these things have been sitting in lots for 6+ months. Plus they have that sticky residue all over, people have been touching it, and I gotta see what I'm working with as far as paintwork. Is the whole car gonna need painted, or just a few parts here and there? And as you guys could see, there's residue from tape and glue all over this thing, so it's just a process of spraying it with goo remover, letting it sit, hitting it with a plastic razor blade, rinse, repeat. And there was a lot of repeating.
I got a fever. It's 103. Feel my heart sinking since she left me.
And before you guys freak out in the comments about the plastic razor blade, yes, I know it's going to leave some minor scratches, but I'm going to end up buffing this whole car anyway.
Have I lost my mind?
And after its first wash, I gotta say the paint on this is really nice. It also helps that a lot of it has been PPF.
Guys, I'm baffled. I don't know what totaled this car, which is relatively scary. So I'm gonna back it up, get this thing up in the air. I was gonna put it in the garage and working on it in there, but the 997 is currently broken and on the quick check. So back to working in the driveway. You ever get a feeling that something is too good to be true? I feel like that's this car.
And this car, especially on cold start, sounds kind of obnoxiously and abnormally loud.
I mean, you can hear it. And I don't know if this has an aftermarket exhaust, but it's like, it's loud. And I don't think it's supposed to be quite that loud. I really wish I could use my quick jacks.
To be fair, I rebuilt the G80 outside, and this is going to need way less work than that car.
All the underbody panels are still on too. Something's just not adding up. This is also good because the car won't be able to be stolen if it's up in the air with no wheels and tires, or at least it'll be a lot harder. I'm also going to always keep a car in front of it. Missing 2 lugs up here. And back here, I did notice some white marks inside, I'd assume from the insurance company, but I don't really see anything. I'm missing 2 lugs back here as well. I think this is the only wheel with all 5 lugs. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. It's got a freaking safety whatever, anti-theft one. I doubt that's in the car. That's probably gonna suck. I'm just gonna avoid that right now. Hopefully there isn't one up here. And there's not. Okay, only 1. Let's see if I get lucky. I have no idea. Where would someone store this? Glove box? No. Center console? No. This thing has a Redline fire extinguisher mount. That's freaking sweet. All right, side. Nope, not in there. Not in there. Here. No, down in there, no. Find this, some more pieces. All right, there's wiring back here, like there was a sub. That's kind of cool. I'll have to look up what subs you can get in this. Floor mats, that's cool. Oh my goodness, it's in here. Yes! And there's a whole bunch of other goodies too. I don't understand why this was totaled. Makes no sense to me. This kind of tells me that I'm guessing no one had this wheel off. The wheel liner's still in, so that's probably true. Cool. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what's going on underneath. Let's start up front. Oh, wow, this thing has really good chassis stability. Man, I need to get this thing up higher. But all that suspension looks fine over there. This suspension looks fine over there. It looks untouched. This front tub, all right, it has a little gouge in it from, I'm assuming, the forklift. Missing some plastics over there. There's like no damage. What the heck? This whole under tray is like perfect. What's going on? Ugh. Back here. Okay, so I saw that. I assume that's where the exhaust is leaking. So the wheel bashed into that and bashed into the inner fender well just a little bit. Doesn't even look dented, it just looks scraped. Okay, so we need an exhaust. The rest of the exhaust looks totally fine too. Oh, that's right. I saw this in the trailer. So for some reason, they've got a hose clamp on there. So I'm guessing this is toast. I see absolutely nothing wrong. This is wild, guys. This is kind of wild. All this bracing under here looks freaking perfect. I don't see any oil leaks. I see no damage to any oil pan. The exhaust over here, maybe a little bit of damage from the forklift, but nothing major. Subframe is freaking straight. I think this is a stock exhaust, guys. I actually like that. Hasn't been messed with. Okay, this looks relatively straight, so I think that needs replaced on the other side. It definitely needs replaced on the other side. I don't see why this car was totaled, guys. I have no freaking idea. So if we start up here, there's nothing. There's nothing wrong other than they pulled the fender liners out. I see no damage to anything. And back here, like I said, you got the exhaust, you got the tiny little mark there from the wheel. They got some markings on the coilover, but it honestly doesn't really even look damaged. They have that little mark there, which is pretty much nothing. All the wiring is fine. Maybe that's damaged. It's got an X on it. We have a tiny bit of damage on that. There's a slight bend. I'll have to compare it with the other side, but that's no big deal. So it needs that arm, potentially this part of the exhaust. It definitely needs this arm. Why in the world would anybody total this car? And up here, obviously disassembled as well, like the other side, but no white marks from insurance, no obvious damage anywhere. Even the fan's good. Brake rotors look fine. Plenty of pad life. I might have just got the score of the century. I mean, the battery's kind of low. I think there's a glitch in the matrix or something. This is going far too easily. My understanding is the insurance company probably took all this apart up here to see if there's any damage. And there are no white marks. I can see absolutely zero damage. And I got really lucky too with this. That came with both taillights, even though there's tint on them. I'm gonna have to pull off because that looks hideous. And it came with one headlight. And it came with almost everything to put this back together. It's wild. So I think what I'd actually like to do is actually put as much of this car back together as I can, because I don't see a reason to have any of this stuff, well, not in place. I mean, they even did a fantastic job. Look at this. They labeled everything. Front cover, left liner, rear bumper. Like, this saved me so much work and hassle and time. Kudos to whoever worked on this. One headlight that seems to be, well, in pretty much perfect shape. Also, a whole bunch of stuff in here. Probably just get most of that from the rear, actually. I mean, it's got to be the same thing back here, right, guys? They just took everything apart just to inspect everything. It's like the opposite of the G80. Everything was taken out of the G80. Nothing was taken out of this. I mean, honestly, I found one fault with this car, and that's that someone, like, spilled a bunch of oil down here. There's a whole bunch of, well, residue that I'm going to have to clean. But everything looks fine back here. All the strut towers look perfect. It doesn't even look like anyone touched the struts at all. I don't get it, guys. I don't get why it was totaled. Maybe I never will. That's not even all the parts. Let me show you the rest. Like, look at all this stuff. Here's the other tail light. Here's the little duck bill that goes underneath the other spoiler. The screws are even in it. Man, whoever worked on this, you a real one. All the fender liners. I think that's the cover for the engine. It's got this. It might be front or rear bumper. I don't know. This is that front radiator duct. I mean, see, we've got like everything here. It's crazy. My dudes even have the stuff for up here bagged. Oh boy, that thing is filthy. Mind you, this is just a very quick cleanup. I'll do a much better job later. Also, I noticed this is a freaking built-in air compressor. Like, how cool was that? Guys, I've been having horrible luck dropping things lately. I don't know if you can see in there. Down there's my phone. It went floop right in there. Not really sure how. It's against the radiator. I have a feeling this isn't going to go well. Oh, come here. Don't you dare damage the radiator. Okay. Whew. Sheesh. Already making great progress.
And just like that, the whole front trunk is together.
It looks like the only thing I'm missing is whatever goes there. I haven't found it in the pile of parts. Pretty sure I don't have it. But everything else, it's like nothing ever happened. Just surely hoping the rest of the car goes this smoothly. This has been far too easy. Something's bound to go horribly, horribly wrong very quickly.
You know, these storage bin things are pretty sweet, but like, there's like no way to reach them. Nothing in there. Oh, there's something in there. Oh, my boy maybe was tracking this car after all. That's interesting. When reassembling a car, order of operations is always key, and it seems I've lost that key. I guess this should have gone in before damn near everything.
That looks really nice back there, other than it being dirty.
And with the installation of the last couple plastic bits, the rear is looking completely finished, just like the front.
And again, all this begs the question is, why was this totaled? This is another thing that has an X from the insurance company, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I bet you it's pretty much just gonna snap in there. Look at that. There's nothing wrong with this car. If you didn't see it, this car did come with the whole side skirt piece, and it's like really scratched up, but I haven't really looked at all the damage yet. Plus, I think it has PPF on it. Yep, there's for sure PPF on here, so see what it looks like underneath it. I'm sure it helped a little bit, but I'm guessing it's still gonna be pretty scratched up under there. But I'm glad I have this piece, because I'm sure this is super expensive to try and replace. And it also came with the little scoop guy. And this has been PPF'd as well. This piece turned out almost perfect.
Like the rest of the car, there was a lot of adhesive to remove after pulling off the PPF, but I'm really glad it had PPF because it started like this, and now it looks like this. And also the tint that was on the taillights was luckily just a film, so that pulled pretty much right off, and they ended up looking just like new.
Now just to figure out how that attaches.
And this seems like a great time to remind you guys, if you aren't subscribed, I would love if you join the channel.
In the pictures, the rear bumper is off. I don't remember what it looks like behind there, but I'm guessing there's, again, probably almost no damage. There's an X here on the diffuser. Don't know what the damage is to that. I see absolutely nothing. The heat shield is in perfect shape, still all bolted down. The side piece, it's plastic, is completely fine. Same with this side piece. There's just nothing wrong with this car. I'm so confused. I mean, I'm like pumped. Nothing wrong on the back side. I don't see anything majorly wrong. Back here, I think this is, oh, just the edges. Okay, the edges are PPF'd. So there's some scuffs back here. So this needs to be painted. But that's it. I think this has an aftermarket rear camera, so I need to feed that wire in, which of course I had to take all this rear stuff back apart again, but now I know how to put it together. Rear spoiler and rear bumper. I wonder why these are have a paint pen mark on all of them. Kind of odd. I don't know why I just closed that. The fresh, non-smoked taillights. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Ugh, why did I put that back on? The guys who took this apart even kept the little rubber grommets that go in here. Man, if you're one of the guys that worked on this car, please send me a message. Send me an email. I'd like to hire you. Let's see what works. Freaking taillights work perfectly. I gotta check the rear, gotta check reverse, check headlight. That works. The leak's actually not there. The leak is right here. Kind of interesting. I think this side's fine. Tell me if my brake lights and reverse lights work, guys. Oh, reverse camera works now. Cool. Let's see if anything's bent. Rotor looks freaking perfect. Yeah, both sides look the same. I guess we haven't gone over the inside, have we? The AC blows ice cold. Absolutely amazing. Radio, no idea how any of that works, but I want to go through here and see what's going on. Front left indicator, because I don't have a headlight, right? Parking brake fault. I don't think that's true. I think it's probably just because I'm up in the air. I think that's it. Oil pressure, good. Water temp, good. Oil temp, good. Map. That's not where I live. I don't know where that is. Woods Road, 300 USA. I'll have to look into that. TPMS is showing nothing. All right, let's go through the gears. All the gears work perfectly. That exhaust sounds awful though. There's got to be more than one leak. But overall, this is such a steal. Guys, I'm officially baffled. This car needs a front bumper, some paint work, a control arm, and fix a leaky exhaust. And that was enough to total it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because I'm as confused as ever, but also really pumped. I'm so excited to drive this car. I'm just basically waiting on parts to be able to do that.
I mean, realistically, I'm a control arm, a headlight, and a front bumper away from this thing being fully drivable, unless I find something else wrong. There could be a bent wheel. I'll check that later.
So if you do some math, the car I got with a winning bid of $45,750. And with fees from the auction and whatnot, that came to $51,900. If we add in the travel expenses, probably about $600 in diesel. And then we have 2 keys, $1,150, and then programming for the keys, that was another $200. So right now, I have $53,850 in this car. And that's for a running and driving GT4 that has an exhaust leak and very other minor damage. It's a half off GT4, and I still don't know why it was totaled. So if you guys know, please let me know. And in the meantime, I'm gonna wait on parts, and then we'll see you in the next video.